Welcome aboard, everybody. Vroom, vroom. It's Friday. It's draft for cash. It's your usual crew. It's me, Scott Steen, lead handicapper, winnersandwhiners.com. In this square, to my immediate right on your radio dial, Chris King from the Just Parlays show. My partner on Back to the Window, Scott Reichel in the bottom right. And serving for the game this week in our worst game of Foursquare ever is Rye Cape. Rye, you're still not in the intro yet. You're kind of like that guest star that came in halfway through the series, and they don't put you in the credits until next.
It would be like
but it's
because it's everybody else, and it's like special guest star and
guest Rye.
Yeah, special guest star Rye Cape. Exactly right, like the old Cannon or Mannix or one of those where they'd have
good old Mannix. Don't forget
Banachek, Barnaby Jones. There's a ton of them. So hey, Rye, what's going on, buddy? How's your week going? I know you're a Phillies fan. Got to be a good week for you, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to see the Phillies are doing well after Girardi's been gone.
Were you happy about that before? But when it happened?
Yeah, as I said, I don't think he
was the problem.
He's too laid back for the team.
Oh, okay.
All right, very good. You there, Rachel?
Yep.
Were you talking to us?
Yeah, I thought that he was going to say that he didn't think Girardi was the full problem, but that was not what he said.
Well, I don't think he was the full problem, but
there you go. Okay, I was close.
See.
All right.
Very good. Sir, come on. Sam Fold is the GM of this team. I mean, really, you got a fourth or fifth outfielder that's supposed to run this franchise.
I remember him on the Rays. He played like once every 3 years.
Yeah, I remember when he started with the Cubs, and he basically was, the pinch runner guy that you brought in late in games.
What a great day. Chris and I spend 5 minutes talking about NASCAR. In the NASCAR show, we spend 5 minutes talking about baseball. This is just...
I'm also surprised we're doing this live. I thought we usually record it, but I'm in.
You know what? Somebody sets it up for us, and we're doing it live. We'll do it live.
And then we'll put it on tape. Then it'll be on tape again.
Yeah.
So let's talk about last week, and it's not going to take long because it wasn't the greatest week. Chris and Rye were able to cash with their favorites as Kyle Busch finished a disappointing second for Chris.
Yeah, it was very disappointing.
That last restart got you, buddy. And
I blame Reichel and Joey Logano.
And
because Reichel texted saying, "Oh, one more restart."
Yep, which was weird.
Every time you text something when there's a race going on, something inevitably goes wrong.
I didn't jinx anything. I just said there's one restart because there's about to be a restart.
You said one more restart, which was weird because there hadn't been any restarts yet. But Rye had Blaney, a very workmanlike performance as he finishes fourth. So, that was the absolute highlight as nobody else on our board finished. I hit my matchup with Bell over Bowman. Chris hit his with Chastain over Elliott. Rye missed out on Briscoe over Reddick, and Scott missed out on Chastain over Blaney. So our point standings after that last race, we're doing it per week. It's a tight race here. I'm currently averaging 81.28 points per week. Reichel's at 81.14. Chris is at 78, and Rye is 1 week away. He's at 66 right now. And the money race is still led by Scott. He's up 28 units. I'm up almost 15 units. And Chris and Rye still looking for that big one, that one win that turns everything around. So let's get it this week, guys.
We won't see Chastain at plus 4,000 again anytime soon, I would imagine. So
no. I believe that it's like Presbyterian of college football. That is it is come and gone. Those prices.
See, Chris, though, unlike you, I won with Kyle Busch.
Ooh,
on a race where you said Kyle Busch said this was stupid.
Yeah, I said him and Larson said it was stupid, so one of them was going to win, and one of them won. There you go.
So Rye, allegedly there's 4 experts on this show, but there's one guy it's a little more experty than the rest of us, and that would be you. So tell us about this Sonoma track, how it matches up with the other road courses and what we're looking for this week. We know there's been a change in the track. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so this road course actually runs more like a short track. We have 12 turns, 1.99 mile. We have elevation, 160 feet worth. And so it's going to be a lot of slow with sharp turns. We're to see a lot of tire wear. I think track position is going to be key. So last 2 years they had the carousel. this year they'll be going back to the shoot. I like to shoot better because it seems like the carousel.
Explain that.
The carousel makes it harder to pass.
Okay. Carousel is kind of a big circle turn kind of thing.
Right.
And
when you're going through the shoot, you're just going straight through. If anybody watched the Portland race for Xfinity last week, they used the shoot.
Okay. All right. Very good. They ran at this track last week.
Nah, they ran at Portland, but it's similar track.
Yes, the Portland race makes sense that it wasn't run in Sonoma. I'm with you now, buddy.
What short track would you compare this to, Rye? Would you compare it to a Bristol or
Martinsville?
Like more of a short, flat track like a Martinsville as opposed to a Bristol, the shot glass.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of strategy this race.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, let's get it rolling, guys. Quick recap of how we do it. Each of us will make 3 picks. We break it down around 8 driver groups for the first 2. I think there's 8 in the first group, 7 in the second group this time. We have our first picks, our top tier picks are going to be the guys that we expect to win the race. They're going to be one of the favorite groups. The mid-range picks will be guys that we wouldn't be surprised to see them win the race, but certainly a top 5 would be expected. And our long shots, that's going to be the rest of the field, and these are the guys that if they win the race, it can make your season, as Scott and I can attest. But we would expect them, a good performance would legitimately be in the top 10. So, and then, of course, we'll do our favorite matchup of the day as well. So let's get it rolling. Let's see. Last week's winner as far as the big deal in points, believe it or not, it's Reichel.
Yeah, I had a bunch of drivers who were okay, but not good enough to cash me anything. So
yeah, well, you and I had Chastain, and he finished 8th. The difference was I had Harvick in the mid, and you had Christopher Bell, who had a top 10 finish. Yep. And you brought it home with Austin Dillon. You picked the right Dillon brother, and he finished 15th. So yeah,
I was going to say I didn't because he didn't finish top 10, but whatever. Yeah. I'll go first with beef.
Yeah, you had 3 guys that finished 15th or better, so not too shabby at all. You're going to kick it off. Who you got for your favorite, my friend?
So I had this set up, but just to spite Chris, I'm going to go with Kyle Busch at 12-1.
It doesn't spite me. I wasn't worried about Kyle Busch.
Well, I'm saying because of what happened last week, so we'll see what happens. But I got him at 12-1 on Bet Online. He's won 2 races here before. He's finished top 5 in each of his last 4 races here. And if you look at how he's done in overall races, Kyle Busch has actually been very good. He's finished top 3 in each of the last 3 overall races, excluding the All-Star race. So Kyle Busch seems to have figured out the next-gen car. He's been driving well here in the past. And 12-1, you could shop around. There's a couple of 8-1s, 9-1s available. But I found a 12-1, so I'll gladly take the extra value.
All right, very good. I got you down for Kyle Busch. Chris, who you got?
Watch Keselowski wreck him on lap 2. The fix is in.
It happened. Chris, who are you going with this week?
I'm actually going to go a different route. I'm going to go with Martin Truex. Truex has won here 3 times. In the last 3 races at Sonoma, he's finished first, and 3rd. He's finished in the top 5 4 of the last 5 times. The one time he didn't was when he had an engine problem and finished 37th. Truex's race has good experience here. He's bound to turn in another solid outing. I saw him at DraftKings. He was 900. I'm not sure if there's a better number out there because I didn't have a chance to look around. Knowing Barstool, he's probably about plus 4750 because we talked about how those numbers seem to be ridiculously out of whack.
I used a couple of Barstool lines for some props, so yeah, they're definitely off. I had to get on board.
All right, very good. Martin,
so is he plus 4750 at Barstool?
Unfortunately, no. It looks like 9-1 is basically the ceiling.
Right, who you got?
I am also on Martin Truex. I got him at plus 1,000, but I took him on Tuesday, I think.
I'll take him at plus 1,000 too, because that's what Ray put down.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But yeah, he's plus 900 at pretty much every book.
Mm.
But yeah, same thing. He's won here 4 times. This is his best chance to get a win this season. I think a lot of guys are be racing for points. He does have Cole Pern back, who used to be his old crew chief. So I think he's going to go for the win today. Also, since 2017, not counting Sonoma, 2017, which the engine blew up, running second, and then Coda last year, he crashed in the rain. Martin Truex has an average finish of 3.2 on road tracks.
Very good. Well, bad week for me to go last because I've got Martin Truex as well. I had him at plus 800. I'll happily bump him up to $1,000 with the rest of you guys. Scott, I don't know what you've been drinking, but
I knew Truex was the obvious pick, so I stayed away.
Okay, good call. Interesting strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it works out.
Well, Truex has been a hell of a bridesmaid this season, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's also true.
I'm surprised that. Well, no, I guess I couldn't say that Steen. I was surprised that Steen didn't take Larson because Larson's dead to him.
I can't believe that Elliott's such a big favorite in this race. I'm really confused by the lines. I don't get it. You want to explain to me why Elliott is such a big favorite?
No, because he's known as the road course guy.
Yeah, he races well at like the Roval and things like that.
Just saying, they're getting 2 times the odds on Truex, who's dominated this particular track. It didn't really make any sense.
Ryan, what do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think?
I will actually talk about Elliott a little bit later. So.
All right, there you go. Fair enough.
I agree.
He's gonna tell you he's a sack of crap. And
Elliott's good, but I'm just saying, +4. I mean, you look around, +450. Like, really? I don't know about that.
He opened at +600, which I thought was ridiculous.
And they haven't even done qualifying.
I see DraftKings has him at 550. So.
Just, and they haven't done qualifying yet, so I don't know why he's 450 out of anybody. Truex being a favorite wouldn't surprise me, but Elliott, interesting.
Elliott. All right, Chris, let's kick off the mids. Again, want to remind everybody, these are the guys that we kind of expect to see in the top 5. It'd be really nice to see them win the race, and they could certainly do it. But, Chris, who you got that's going to finish 18th this week?
The weird part is that he comes up in the mids and yours, but he's actually got better odds in the long shots on DraftKings, and that's Kurt Busch.
Oh.
He's plus 2,500 on DraftKings. He's plus 250 in the top 5. And if you look, he's won here once. He's finished in the top 5 7 times, which is more than any other active driver. He's got 11 top 10s in 20 races, which is also more than any active driver. Maybe he'll wreck his brother and make things more entertaining. But going back to 2011, he's finished 1st, 3rd, 4th, 12th, then 2nd. And he's got 2 6th and a 7th in that span. Never finished worse than 13th in the last 10 races here. So he's got a bit of a track record going for him. He's led the laps on 6 of those occasions. So I'll take a shot at him, especially getting plus 2,500 because I know on the stats you sent yesterday he was at plus 2,000.
Solid as a rock. Rye, who you got for your mid pick?
Well, I got Christopher Bell.
Okay.
It's like we all love the Toyotas this week. I found him at plus 1,600 for outright and plus 250 for top 5. So he was 24th here last year, but he is a great road racer. His only Cup career series win came at the Daytona Road Course. He finished 3rd at Coda in March, and he was runner-up at Road America last July. So I expect him to do well. He's running really well at these tracks.
All right, very good. And he's a Stuart Haas driver, right?
No, he's Joe Gibbs.
Oh, Joe Gibbs. Sorry. You're right. Okay. All right, very good. And that is leaving it up to me. I'm going to take the old pro. I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin in that.
Yeah, I got the same guy. Yeah. We almost had diversity there. We almost had it.
18 car. He's been extremely good on the road courses since 2019. 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s.
Did you just say the 18 car?
Yeah.
The 11 car.
The 11 car. Sorry, I'm old.
I already took the 18 car.
I'm old. That's right. God.
Old man yells at clouds.
Everybody needs to keep their same numbers. That is just really annoying. And I know he's had the 11 car for many years now.
Keselowski in the 2 car. Come on, man.
I know.
I hate it when that happens. I was a big Rusty Wallace fan.
Oh,
Much of a Keselowski fan.
yeah, very good.
Well, now he's got Mark Martin's number, so.
Yeah, I was saying, you got Cindric, who it's like, oh, Keselowski won Daytona? It's like, no, that's actually Austin Cindric now.
Well, I see that 22 car out there. I think it's Ward Burton. So I'm a mess. The 1 car, Steve Park. I mean, God damn, I'm old.
Steve Park. Where's the 33 Skoll car?
What number did you say you had on Hamlin?
18, but he's really.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, okay.
No, I had him at. You mean the odds? I had him at 16. You got 18 somewhere?
I saw 18 at Bet Online.
Okay. All right. Very good.
In fact, it was 18 at the sheet you sent us.
I was going to say, Bet Online is the sheet he sends over.
Well, see, I did the odds today.
Oh, okay.
The odds as opposed to when I sent them, so I knew there'd be changes.
All
Scott, I'm going to leave you some talking points. I know you've got Hamlin as well. He's the second most successful driver at short tracks in the last 3 seasons, so I like him in this spot quite a bit, and he's running pretty well this year. So yeah, we'll take a little spin with Denny. Scott,
is this my cue to talk? Yeah, okay.
Who do you have?
So I got Hamlin at 18-1 on Bet Online. You shop around, he's available at 12-1 on FanDuel, so pretty big disparity there. I'll take the extra about 33% of value on that one.
You got him 175, or you got anything better than that?
I found plus 250 on Barstool for top 5.
Fucking Barstool.
Then what the hell is Kurt Busch then on Barstool for top 5? Plus 6,000?
It's a great question. I'll look that up, but first I got to get through my talking points. So Hamlin, of course, has been very good recently. He's finished top 4 in 3 of the last 4 overall races, including the All-Star race. Hamlin struggled last week because Chastain kind of ruined his afternoon. I thought Hamlin actually had a pretty good car in that race. But he's finished top 10 in each of his last 5 races here. I think he'll be towards the front. A lot of us have gravitated towards the Toyotas. I just know a lot of people are on Truex, so I kind of pivoted to the other Toyotas in the Joe Gibbs department. So give me Hamlin at 18-1.
Yeah, well, it is the Toyota race. It is the Toyota Save Mart 350. So
Hamlin's also trying to tie Tony Stewart in Cup Series wins, and his best finish was second place, and Tony Stewart's the guy who actually beat him for Tony Stewart's last Cup Series win.
Tim Earl checking in, by the way. He says turn left. Oh, dude, there's going to be right turns and left turns. It's going to be complete chaos. By the way, Timmy, congratulations to your Pirates. I think you're probably at the game. Got to work on that bullpen, my friend. But the offense certainly did their job. So congrats there, taking game 1 against the Texas Longhornies. Okay, so
by the way, Chris, what number did you have for Kurt? Top 5?
Plus 250.
I found 265 on Barstool.
You should be way the hell higher than that. If these guys at plus 14 and 1,600 are at plus 250 and Bush is at 2,500.
I'm going to offer you 265, and you're going to like it.
I'm going to take plus 6,000 because I said so.
Well, you might as well, because he's not going to cash for you, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, this coming from the guy who just took a guy who bagged on half the season.
It's all about situational spots, my friend.
You took Harvick because he somewhat figured it out. Hamlin seems to have figured it out. So there you go.
Yep. All right. So that's going to let Chris kick off our
no, I kicked off the last round.
What's that? No, Scott did. No, Scott. That's right. It's Rye this time. My bad. All right, Rye. Who's your long shot this week? Last week it was Daniel Suarez. I had him as well. He ran really good for the vast majority of the race. Ran into trouble late.
I can't believe it. He crashed. Who would have thought?
I was shocked and outraged.
He's staying off my cards from now.
He has to be cousins with Stenhouse Jr.
You're dead.
They have way too much in common with the way they drive cars. He has to be related.
So let's give me somebody this week that's going to make the whole race, right?
All right. So I'm going with Eric Jones. As an outright, he's plus 5,000, and he is plus 200 as a top 10. For Sonoma, he leads all active drivers with a 12.8 average finish. That's in 4 races. As I said earlier, I think a lot of guys are going to be going for points to get into the playoffs, and this is a good spot for him to just stay in the mix, stay out of trouble. He has 2 top 10 finishes at Sonoma, and was 10th a season ago. So I think he could get another top 10 here.
I'll go second because I got the same guy. Yeah, I got Eric Jones. It was 50-1 on BetMGM. He was 30-1 on FanDuel. So once again,
DraftKings split the baby. He had a 40-1.
Yeah, I said it before. These lines are all over the place. If you're going to give me 50-1 for a guy that's 30-1 elsewhere, I'm definitely going to take the value on it. He's finished top 11 in each of his last 3 races here. He's finished top 7 in 2 of his last 3 races, including the All-Star race. He's plus 200 to finish top 10 on Barstool. But 50-1 for a guy who's been pretty solid on road courses, and for a guy who's been pretty solid here, yeah, I think it's a good value play.
What'd you guys say you had top 10 at?
200.
200 even. All right, 210. All right, very good. All right, I'm going to go, and I'm going to take Alex Bowman at 2,800. Bowman has finished.
He's 3,000 at DraftKings.
3,000.
Yeah.
I'll take that extra value.
BetMGM took the odds down, so I'm in the dark.
Okay. Somebody's gonna have to find me a top 10 because I couldn't find a top 10 for him either. But,
wait a second. Wait, it's back. Hang on a second. You said Bowman?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
He's only 22 here, so that's not going to help you.
All right, Bowman's run very well at the road courses. He's finished in the top 10, 7 of his 13 road courses since 2019, including a couple of top 5s. Probably a guy that's not going to win the race, but like Ryan says, it's a good chance for some of these guys to make up some ground and pick up some points. I expect him to be relevant, keep that car out of trouble, and at the end of the day, finish in the top 10, which pays anybody at all.
Let me see what Barstool has, because they're drunk half the time.
Yes, very good.
A shiny nickel.
Bowman.
DraftKings is different.
I see him at plus 105.
Okay. Not exactly sneaking a fastball by him, am I?
I haven't compared it to FanDuel and the other books, but
yeah.
I'll look it up now, though.
Very good. While you do that, Chris, bring us on home. Tell us who you got here.
I'm going to go way off the board. I'm going to go Eric Almirola. He's plus 72 billion. No, really, plus 10,000. He's got 2 top 10 finishes and 9 runs at Sonoma. Rye was talking about how short tracks can be beneficial. He ran well at Martinsville earlier this year. Finished 8th. He's coming off a 5th place run last week in St. Louis. When you get down here, like you said, it's basically a dart throw. He needs to pick up some points and come off or break out of that disappointing slump he had starting with Atlanta, where he didn't finish higher than 19th in 5 out of 7 races. So I'll take a shot with Almirola here, see what he can do.
Got a top 10 number for him?
No, let me see, because I don't see him on DraftKings.
That's my problem. I've been using DraftKings for top 10s, and they've taken away the last couple of weeks.
Almirola, I see plus 275.
Very nice. Yeah,
fantastic.
That's courtesy of Barstool, of course.
Tim says, by the way, he says, job ain't done. Need one more win. Absolutely. He was at the game. It was awesome. Yeah, it looked like a great environment there. Tim's going to be in Disney World for the College World Series. Rachel, you want to fly out to Omaha and watch the World Series with me?
Omaha. Let me check my schedule.
Somewhere in middle America.
I know you're not doing shit. Chris, I'd invite you, but I know that
you didn't help me move, so why would I go with you to Nebraska?
You got to stay there and sweat. Well, because I'm not moving.
That's fair.
You don't have to move anything. So, all right, let's talk about...
Are good seats still available?
Let's talk about... no. I mean, yeah, for a price.
Is it like the Little League World Series where there's you can just bring some type of mat and just slide down the hill?
They've got a berm there. Yeah.
It's good enough.
They do have a berm.
All right.
They still play at Rosenblatt Stadium?
No.
That's too bad.
They built the new place where they
so it takes all the tradition out of the game.
The Storm Chasers play.
Rosenblatt Junior Field.
It's a nice stadium, but I'm with you, Chris. I do prefer Rosenblatt. It was a lot of fun. I got Hamlin over Chastain, kids, getting plus money on that at plus 105. We talked a little bit about Hamlin, how good he is. I usually try to split my drivers, but I really like Hamlin on this track. I think it's his weekend, so I'm going to take him in the matchup against Ross fucking Chastain, who's dead to me right now. So I'm going to take him Hamlin over Chastain plus 105. Rachel, what do you got?
So I'm going to go with another plus money play on the matchups. It's going to be Austin Cindric over AJ Allmendinger at plus 108 on Barstool. Allmendinger is one of the favorites for this race, and I have no idea why, because he has finished 35th or worse in 4 of his last 5 races here.
That was the one I had picked too, was Cindric over Allmendinger.
I just don't get why Allmendinger is a huge favorite in this race. I know he almost won the race earlier on the road track, but he's been terrible.
He won Portland last week too. So
yeah, but he's also
Allmendinger is basically the quintessential 4A driver. Basically,
he's a ringer. I get it's the spot for him to be here, but he's been terrible here in the past, and he's finished 20th or worse in 5 of his first 6 starts this season, excluding the All-Star race. So he has not really been good at all whenever he's been on the track, especially here over the last couple of years. And Cindric is a bit inexperienced, but he's been very good on road tracks in the Xfinity Series and in the past. But plus money, fading a guy who drives basically once every 2 months, I'll take the plus money.
Look at that. I beat the big ringer. I beat the big ringer. Anytime, any day, anywhere, sweetheart.
Can you guys, though, explain to me why Allmendinger's odds are that low? I know that he's a road course expert.
Yep.
But he's been so bad at Sonoma. Why is he like lowest of the five? I just don't get it. He's one of the five.
I think he gets very lucky on road courses. The ones that he wins, something always happens. Like that Indy road race last year, he just got lucky to be where he was at the end, just passed everyone by. Same thing with Portland this past weekend.
I just don't get it. I mean, he's been so bad here. I have to fade him. I mean, it's just how I look at it.
Okay, very good. And that brings us back to Rye. Rye, bring us on home. Get us out of here for the week. What do you got?
Yeah, that was the first one I was looking at with Cindric over Allmendinger, but I actually went over Chastain over Elliott at plus 120.
Okay.
So the fact that Elliott is the favorite, I think we get a better price here. And as I think he only's the favorite because he's a road course king. He's the most popular racer. But, he's never won at Sonoma. And he really hasn't been racing well recently.
Yeah.
So I don't expect him. I expect him to be in the mix. I just expect Chastain to be better. Chastain was fourth at Coda in March. He won his first Cup Series at Coda this season. And I don't buy the scared racing. I think that's why they're matched up with him because of the drama last week. But I like Chastain.
I just find it funny that Elliott's the consensus favorite and he's never won on the track. I think that's just kind of funny. But whatever.
Well, and apparently we've all learned our lesson about minus plays. We all took, for the first time all season, we all took plus money matchups. So very good. Very good, guys. All right, just recap real quick. I have Martin Truex as my favorite at plus 1,000. Denny Hamlin as my mid pick at plus 1,800, 250 for the top 5. And Alex Bowman plus 3,000, plus 105 for top 10. Rye, want to recap your picks?
Yep. So I have Truex at plus 900. I have Bell at plus 250 for a top 5.
Okay.
And then Eric Jones plus 200 for top 10. And then I have Chastain over Elliott plus 120.
Very good. Mr. Reichel.
So I got Kyle Busch at 12-1. I have Danny Hamlin at 18-1. He's also plus 250 to finish top 5. I have Eric Jones at 50-1, and he is plus 200 to finish top 10. And I have Cindric over Allmendinger at plus 108.
Chris, get us out of here.
Well, like you guys, I took Truex as the favorite. Did we say we were putting him at 10-1 or 9-1?
Let's go 9-1. I think that's the today.
Well, that's just bullshit. Then I went with Kurt Busch, who was going 25-1. And then Almirola, who's about $6 billion to 1. And then I'm going to take Ricky Rudd to beat Dick Trickle.
He also has Cindric and Allmendinger, by the way. Yeah. All right. There you go, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us here on today's show, whether you did it live, whether you did it the day of the race, maybe it's just hours before race time right now, whatever. We appreciate the listen. If you can't get to a computer, you don't want to watch the video, you're out in your car, you want to check us out, we're available in podcast form as well. You can find me and Chris doing our thing every day, just Parlays, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and Monday through Friday. Scott and I do Back to the Window at 3 p.m. every Monday through Friday on the Max Wagers Network YouTube channel. Rye, I know you're here with us every Friday. Where else can we find you around? I know you do some stuff the day of the race, right?
Yeah, I do a show, the NASCAR Report, at noon on Sundays. Unless the race is Saturday, then I'll do it sometime Saturday. But, you can find me everywhere at Rycape.
There you go, at Rycape, WRYCAPE, one word. He's available at all the social media platforms under that handle, so check him out. Guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all next Friday. We'll compare notes. We'll see how we did, and probably keep making fun of each other. So yeah, it should be a fun race. Get a little right turn action mixed in for this weekend, so it should be a blast. You guys take care. As always, thanks for joining us, and yeah, we'll see you next Friday as we all try to draft for the cash. See you then, guys.